Hello dear students, welcome to the digital classroom of Christianity Convent Senior Secondary School Bagpat. I am your teacher Abhishek Mittal and today I am going to teach you Act 2nd Scene first, the summary of Act 2nd Scene first. A group of passengers including Alonso, Antonio and Sebastian are talking to one another in another part of the island after having been safely brought there by Ariel, a spirit controlled by Prospero. So as you know that Ferdinand is on another part of the island and rest of the crew, namely King Alonso, Antonio, Sebastian, Francisco, Adrian, they all are on another part of the island. So Alonso thinks that Ferdinand is dead. He died in that tempest. But actually he is safe and he is on just only on the another part of the island. So it is all according to the plan of Prospero. Okay, and that plan has been executed by Ariel. Alonso's son Ferdinand has leapt into the sea in the storm and it is thought to be drowned. So, King Alonso, Antonio, Sebastian, and even Gonzalo, most of them are thinking that Ferdinand is dead, he has drowned. Gonzalo, one of the courtiers, tries to console Alonso, the king of Naples, who is saddened by the supposed death of his son Ferdinand. So, Gonzalo is an honest and noble courtier of Alonso, and so he tries to console and comfort his king. Okay, because his king Alonso was very sad due to the supposed death of his son Ferdinand. So why they have used the word supposed? Because it is not been clear yet whether he has actually died or not. Okay, but they are supposing that he is dead. But Alonso desired to be left alone. But Alonso, King Alonso, is not in a mood to listen anything. So he just want to be left alone so that he can just grieve over the death of his son. Okay, it is not a very little thing. His son has died. Okay, it is not a very little thing that a person can come over the grief within 1 or 2 hours. It may take days or months. So just Alonso want to be left alone. Sebastian and Antonio try to lessen Alonso's sadness by ridiculing Gonzalo. So Sebastian and Antonio, they have a different idea of reducing the grief of Alonso. They tries by ridiculing Gonzalo. Sebastian remarks that it is the king's fault for marrying of his daughter to the king of Tunis. Later, Sebastian, the brother of King Alonso, he remarks that it is due to the king's own fault that they are in this situation. Okay, because they were on the voyage after marrying king's daughter Claribel to the king of Tunis and they were returning. So everything this whatever has happened while they were returning. So that way Sebastian says that it is all fault of King Alonso. Had he not done so, there would have been no need to undertake such a long journey. If the king had not decided to marry his daughter to such a far off place, they would not have taken such a long journey. So, according to Sebastian, King Alonso is the culprit of whatever is happening to them. Gonzalo does not relish Sebastian's remarks and so criticizes him for being insensitive to the situation. So Gonzalo calls him insensitive. Okay, because King Alonso is already in lots of pain and instead of consoling and comforting him, he is increasing his grief. Alonso shows no interest in their conversation, but Gonzalo passes on by saying that if he were the ruler of the island, he would not allow money, commerce, learning, law, servant, master, farming, work, technology, or weapons to intrude into the island. So Alonso is not very bothered about what they are saying. Okay, he want to be left alone so that he can drown himself in the grief of his loss of his son. Meanwhile, Gonzalo thinks that if he would become the ruler of the island, okay, he will not allow money, commerce, learning, law, servants, master. There would not be any such things on that island. Everybody will be equal. Sebastian and Antonio make fun of the strange vision. Ariel enters the scene and makes everyone except these two sleep. So Sebastian and Antonio, from very beginning of this act and scene, they were teasing Gonzalo. So here also they did not left a chance to again tease him, tease his vision or idea. Then Ariel enters the scene and makes everyone sleep except Antonio and Sebastian. Antonio provokes Sebastian to kill his brother, the king of Naples, and seize his kingdom. So here Antonio plays again his wicked role. he provoked Sebastian to kill King Alonso so that he could become the king of or the duke of Naples, because Ferdinand is supposedly he is dead and Claribel is married off quite far, so she won't be able to return. Okay, so Sebastian is the only natural heir left after King Alonso, and the same thing has been done by Antonio to his brother Prospero. Earlier in the play, we have already seen that. Sebastian entertained this idea because he thinks that as Ferdinand is down and Alonso's daughter is married off to a distant place, he could easily become the king. So Sebastian also was quite impressed, or I say convinced about the idea that is being given by Antonio. He remembers that Antonio too overthrew his brother and asked him if his conscience pricks him. So he knows how Antonio has usurped or overthrown his brother, and he asks, does not your conscience pricks you sometimes? Antonio answers him that his conscience never bothers him. So this shows how evil Antonio was. They agree to execute their plan. They decide to take out their swords and kill Alonso and Gonzalo. So now they have decided that they will kill both King Alonso and Gonzalo. Why Gonzalo? Because Gonzalo is a honest and noble courtier of King Alonso. He is a very dear subject. So if he is not killing Gonzalo, then Gonzalo might start a civil war in Naples. After reaching Naples, he might disclose their conspiracy to people, and people might go against them. In the meanwhile, Ariel awakens Gonzalo, who rouses others with a shout. So when they were about to kill Alonso and Gonzalo, Ariel awakens Gonzalo and he shouted, seeing the sword in their hand, and everybody woke up. All get up and see the two, Sebastian and Antonio, standing with their swords out. Sebastian gives a lame excuse by saying that a roar in the distance made them take out their swords. So when everybody saw that King Alonso saw that Antonio and Sebastian is holding a sword and they are standing just over their head, okay, and in a very frightening, very terrible mood, like they wanted to kill someone. So they got alarmed why they were standing like that. So Sebastian made a lame excuse, very lame excuse, that they heard a distant roar and because of that they took out their sword. It means they were not killing them. They did not took out sword to kill them but to protect them. The roar of the animals at the distant place frightens the courtiers and forces them to move away from that spot to another part of the island in search of Alonso's son Ferdinand. And after some time, what happened? They too hear some roar of animals. Earlier there was no roar of animals, but when Sebastian told that way, they heard some roar of animals. So they decided to move away to another part of the island and search the son of King Alonso, Ferdinand. Okay, he might be somewhere else, because Francisco, another lord in this crew, he told that he believes that he has seen Prince Ferdinand reaching the shore safely. Okay, he has fought the tides bravely, and he believes that King Ferdinand is alive. So they started to search for King Alonso's son Ferdinand. Okay, I hope you have understood. If there is any doubt, you can ask in the live class. Thank you and have a nice day.